What's up in the web? Back in Xbox Day One podcast, formerly known as Xbox Has No Games. What's happening, everybody? What's good? We back Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to KTJ Gaming. Gonna show love to the people. Sleepy Goblin in the building. You know what I'm saying? Who else is in here? Six Slayer. Y'all should know Six Slayer by now. And we got Smitty Smith in the building. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't do no intro tonight. So we got Livewire in the building. Livewire, what's up with you, G?
I'm trying to get my shit together. Shit is acting up. Trying to get you in my earbuds. I'm gonna mute myself right now.
All right, so you trying to get this shit together. You know what I'm saying? What's good with your Flip Money?
Ain't nothing, man. You know, sit back, relaxing. You know.
After doing 25 million podcasts this week.
Hey, man. I'm gonna see what's up with that Sega Man podcast tomorrow. Or who is it?
Oh, that's yeah.
I'm gonna try to hop on one of their podcasts tomorrow. I forget which one it is, Sega Man or He-Bop or E-Rock or whatever. But you know how it is. You know how it is. Good brothers. We can sit down, eat, and chill and all. You know, gobble up this information that we had today. I mean, this week.
Yup. Then we got John Doe in the building. What's good with you, good brother?
How y'all doing today, man? This your boy John Doe. How y'all doing?
Shit, man.
Am I coming through clear?
No, you good.
Yeah, you in there. You good.
Man. So, man, what's on your mind? What you want to talk about?
TKJ Gaming was good, yo.
Yeah, man, I'm over here enjoying these ponytails, man. You know what I'm saying?
Check them up.
Feel like 2012 again, man.
Yeah. So, shit.
I'm
What you want to talk about? We gonna put you on Front Street first.
I was just noticing, you know, I've been back on Twitter, you know, getting back in the groove of things, really. And I just noticed, like, how, like, I was saying back in, what that was, 2015? No, like 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. Can't remember, it's been a while. When Microsoft adopted backwards compatibility, how everybody was like, who wants to play old games? Now I see that Sony might be announcing backwards compatibility. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to play old games. It's crazy, you know, because they see the success. But at the same time, Sony fans would see the success of something and not want it to be successful. Like when it come down to like their games being ported to PC, they don't want the game to be ported to PC, but that's where the money is. You know what I'm saying? How you think Microsoft is able to make the money like they're making it? Because they're getting their games and their software into as many people's hands as possible. You know, that's how they turn the profit. That's how they have always turned the profit. Like when it came down to when Xbox came out and they came with the subscriptions, you get what I'm saying? That made them profitable with the subscriptions. But with their subscriptions, they actually gave you a little something extra, you know what I'm saying? With the Xbox Live. I'm echoing through your mic. Who's that with the pony?
That's Livewire. Live. You know, let's keep on rolling, man. He fix it.
Yeah. Microsoft have always gave you a little extra. You know what I'm saying? And Sony they trying to copy the same practices, but they're not implementing the extra. You get what I'm saying? Like I go to first class, you know what I'm saying? I want the first class treatment. You feel what I'm saying? Sony want to put you in coach, but they want you to pay for first class. You feel me?
All right. Shout out to my man Smitty Smith for the $10. Say, I love the new name of the podcast. Much respect to the panel in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Say, shout out.
Anything y'all want to add on to that?
I'll put it this way. I'm with you with the. I'm with you with they always say we wanted to play old games. Now they want to play games and they say they're gonna go back. I hear stories about it, but see, until I see them putting it all together, I mean, it's still not as big. It's still not as big with what Microsoft does.
Well, they're gonna see with Microsoft gives you a full rollout of it. You know what I'm saying? With Sony, they implement it and they let the fans do the rollout. See, Sony will put it out and they won't do nothing big for it, but as soon as they say something or do something, you know what I'm saying? Do something, the fans jump on it and go crazy about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? They doing this and that. So therefore, Sony ain't gotta do the extras that Microsoft have. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta give you the extra. They ain't gotta make their fans feel a certain way, you know, because they're not trying to hold on to anything or trying to build upon nothing, because they're already the popular of the two brands.
What you feel about that, Flip?
That's the way I feel about it.
I mean, there's no secret that Sony is nothing more than an imitator. They copy people's style. That's always been Sony. People think Sony have a large categories of games. They don't. I mean, it's nothing new. Microsoft talked about TV. People got mad. Sony did it. People did Jumping Jack for Jesus. Sony always did that. Same thing when Nintendo did something. Sony did something. Nintendo came out with the Move. Based off, come out with the Move and shit like that. Move your hands all the way around and all that other shit. Sony ripped them off. They came out with the exact same shit. Microsoft came out with the Kinect. I get it. They build it on iteration. They making it different. Somebody else come out with VR. Sony thought Microsoft was going to come out with VR. They came out with VR. VR still too soon. Then they gave you the dildo. I mean, now they changed the dildo more tangible that you can hold and stuff, because the motherfucker used to light up like a dildo and vibrate. So I mean, I know why. This is what these guys. I guess that's what the pony was hitting. So that's just how Sony is. Sony have no original idea at all, and the original idea that they did have was scrapped a long time ago. So I mean, it ain't nothing new. Same thing with the games and shit.
I said the only idea that Microsoft took from Sony was that give 2 games a month or whatever games a month. Sony was doing that with you call that little you call it PS Plus. Other than that, yeah.
Maybe that's exactly what I'm saying, my man.
Other than that, they hadn't did nothing. And shout out to Smitty Smith. He said, "What up, John Doe?" John Doe is saying, what John Doe is saying is Microsoft is a trailblazer, and Sony is half-assing.
Yeah, that's what they have always done. But they're so popular, the fans don't even understand that they get, or even care that they're getting half-assed. They don't even care. They just accept it. They don't complain about it. But yet they complain when Microsoft try to give their customers the premium service that they pay for. Like when we was paying for Xbox Live and we was getting free games and all of that, you know, but we paid, you know what I'm saying, to play on the service or whatever. You got Sony fans where you shouldn't have to pay to play games. If we want to pay for our premium service over here, why does it bother you? You know what I'm saying? Why does what we pay for even bother people who play on the PlayStation? You know what I'm saying? But they've always been like that. And then Sony took up the same stance and made their people pay for something that they had been getting for free, which is, you know what I'm saying, shitty servers. You know what I'm saying? They had their people pay for subscriptions and still didn't upgrade the server. The servers were still trash. Man.
What you got to say, Lyle? I know Lyle here somewhere.
He muted himself. So, Flip, what's on your mind? What's going on this week, man? What's on your mind? You wanted, you know?
See this thing going on out here?
Oh, man, I just stabbed a pony in the back of the neck and shit, you know. They ain't traced it back to me yet, and I don't think they will, but I mean, this week actually had been something. It's been a hell of a week, and you know, I think a lot of people go overboard with it. A lot of people, I'm gonna give a shout out to Dustin because he did something that was right finally. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know he's gonna scale it back in a couple days and shit, he couldn't say it on. I mean, the hypocrisy is a motherfucker. The double standard is a motherfucker. I just don't understand why a lot of people, you know, I get it. They look at Sony like Sony can't do no wrong. They thinking it's 2013 again. And they're trying to ride off that wave of 2013. But, you know, I look at it as, you know, will Sony be irrelevant? Yeah. Whether I don't think a lot of people understand whether if Sony or Microsoft were to go today or tomorrow for like just cut off the video game, it's always going to be another somebody else to take that spot. So, you know, because I hear a lot of people say, well, I hope Sony fall. I hope they crumble till they leave. I don't give a fuck about the PlayStation. I hope they're not in the business. And don't get me wrong, competition is a lot. It's fun and it make gaming move. Because your opponent is outdoing you on one thing and you trying to come back at him and try to outdo him on another thing. And I think a lot of people is getting that mixed up with Microsoft body companies, and when Sony bought some of these companies. I think a lot of these well, let's be real, it's the PlayStation guys. You know me, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. But it's the PlayStation guys. It's like, you know, you can't take it. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. And that's what's happening with the Sony fan. And I said this before. Why did Microsoft have to buy a company to compete? They keep saying Microsoft can't compete. Microsoft not competing. Okay, so now that Microsoft bought a company, you're mad. Oh, Microsoft now trying to compete. I'm going to say it again like I said before. What does Sony really do that made in the gaming industry competitive? What did they really do? Because they didn't do nothing. Don't tell me they built games from the ground up, because that's a lie. The games that they bought and shit was gaming company that they bought. Every game that Sony have that you have seen exclusively, Sony had bought them goddamn games. So what is the difference between Microsoft buying a company that make the game? Sony had Tomb Raider for hell of the years. No one got mad. Like that's what I'm trying to see now. Like, what is the next step of the next thing that they're going to cry about now? mean, don't. And I say this a lot. Sony have nothing original.
No. That's my point. That's exactly my point. My thing is, like, right now, we see what Microsoft Play is. What is Sony going to do to combat what they just seen Microsoft just do? What are they going to do now?
You know what Sony's going to do? They're going to let. Go ahead.
No. Because this is what's going to decide exactly how this is going to play out down the road. But go ahead.
No. What Sony going to do is allow Tencent to body asses. They can be with Tencent right now. They have no choice.
Yeah.
Man, listen. If Tencent buys Sony, well, this become a whole completely different argument. You know that, right?
Of course.
Shout out to Smitty Smith. He said, what Dustin said today is what Xbox has been saying for years.
Or how about Tencent don't buy Sony, but they give them the financial backing that Sony needs to compete against Microsoft? How about that?
If they see profit, it would have to make sense to them. It would have to make sense to a company because number one, let everyone out there who don't know, Tencent is a Chinese company. It's not a Japanese company. If they see that Sony, no, I'm just telling them from out there. If they see that if Sony can prove themselves to be profitable, it's going to go over their head. Tia, come get this one. If they see the PlayStation 5 or Sony in a whole being very profitable, then yeah, they probably will invest more into it.
Shout out to my man TK9, man, in the building. You know,
but I don't
podcast on Monday nights. My bad, Flip. You know, got to shoot out the homies.
Yeah. Of course. But I don't know. I don't know, John. I don't know.
See, because I think right now it's only three. It's only three companies with gaming systems. We got Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. You know, you don't think Amazon would want to get a console like that?
Hell yeah!
Google will want to get a console like that.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Tencent will want to get a console out there. And we already know Tencent already buying up everything. You know what I'm saying? When it comes game-wise, you know. So they got in their repertoire right now. They can take those games and make those games exclusive to a console if they want to put one out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm gonna put this way: they don't need to get in the console space; they in the cloud space. Google already got their Google. They got their shit. Amazon got their stuff, so they in the game.
Lawai, unmute your mic.
They in the game. Lawai going in and out.
Yeah, but the money is actually. Well, I'm not gonna say it's actually in consoles, but the money is, you know what I'm saying, in the software. That's what. Actually, I think companies lose more money developing hardware.
Yeah.
Than they actually.
Hell yeah, they do. No, that's a fact. They do lose money in hardware. They do.
Well, you always lose on the hardware. You always lose on the hardware. You make your money back on the software.
I think if anything what Tencent would do, I think Tencent will probably do cloud gaming and might be more successful than Google and them. It might.
Tencent have nothing.
It might do
Think
that.
about it. The difference with Tencent is they got a shitload of money, and they just random. They like a bank.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah, that's all they are. Like a bank.
Investors. They investors.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Live. What you got to say, Live? I could just want you to say happy days of here again or something. You know,
I'm
Live
gonna
Wire
have to
like
do it
7
through my
foot, and he
phone
doing
like this
cartwheels.
until my earbuds fucking update.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
all right.
I don't
Fucking
know,
ear,
Nigga,
man.
at
them bitches
25,
They
is
that's
doing
what
trash.
some
that's
bullshit
That's
right
what you
now.
get,
that's when the
nigga.
niggas
No,
that's when the
nigga.
niggas a $25 million millionaire over there. He got to charge his earbuds and shit.
Nigga, the only nigga on the block with the next gen PC before it even came out. But go ahead, Live. What you about to say?
Nah, so yeah. See, I couldn't really hear because I kept on going in and out. I couldn't really hear
No,
what
we
the
just talking
conversation
about.
was.
Do you think? Would you think 10 Cent? Well, do
Well,
you think 10 Cent will buy Sony if they had the chance? Anything? So we're talking about some along that shit, or do you think
Yeah,
that
but
they
that's
will come out with their
they ways
own?
off. They probably would if they could, but they're a ways off from that. But that's a Chinese company too, so I don't know. Maybe not. You know, the Chinese, they're cordial with the Japanese, but they're not necessarily the best of friends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they kind of look at it. Like they still be mad at the Japanese for the whole World War II shit.
yeah, but what we were saying, but they're more of an investment firm. You get what I'm saying? Like they go out and they pick up acquisitions that's gonna make them more money. But when it come down to that, see, usually when you got companies like that, when they picking up gaming companies and stuff like that, they're not really looking on the development side. They're more looking toward how can I make more money off of this company, which usually kill gaming companies. But I haven't heard that same thing when it come down to 10 Cent. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard anything about them actually hindering the gaming companies that they have purchased. But a lot of those, you know what I'm saying, firms like that, when they pick up companies, they milk gaming companies until either they're worthless or they, you know what I'm saying, or they sell them out to the highest bidder.
So how about some of these people that have been crying loud? How could you rectify or make these ponies be more secure of them getting, I don't know. Damn, you got kicked. I don't know, man. The more and more I think about this.
Did you hear what I was saying though?
Uh-huh.
Did you get what I was saying a couple of minutes ago?
Yeah. Live disappeared. Damn. I was looking at the chat and shit. I was about to ask him. Because Live be doing some retarded ass shit that we don't know nothing about. Fucking not E equals MC squared. Motherfucker Live be doing fucking L lateral denominator around the square across Jupiter moon or some shit, man, type shit Live be doing. Right now he can't figure out why the fuck his connection is fucked up.
Well, he said the headbuds need a charger. And a lot of times when you join these chats like this, you can't just do it straight off the phone. Because you get a lot of feedback, and that's probably what was going on earlier. Just getting a lot of feedback.
Okay. Chat was good. What you don't want to talk about, chat?
I seen
Let us know.
I seen a couple of comments fly by here. Who's that with the mad face?
I have no idea. I ain't even looking at. I scrolled all the way down here, yeah. Let's see.
What's that Call of Duty?
All right, I'm back, man. I'm back. Had to go to the Had to go to the little boys' room and shit. No, I'm a man. Shit, I ain't
Man,
got
I'm still
boys.
fighting with this shit.
And
What happened?
Tencent do got their hands in the fucking pots.
So what y'all was talking about? God, shit. Man, he gone
Got
again.
kicked. Soon as he
Damn.
said something, they got. You
They
know
got
why they
his
got
ass.
him, right?
Hey,
No, we basically we were just speaking about 10 cent or whatever. You know, that's what I was speaking.
yeah, but 10 Cent. I don't see 10 Cent no time soon trying to buy no, cause they think about it is they got their pockets in everybody.
Yeah.
Or build anything, yeah.
Yeah, they got their pockets in everybody. They don't take the whole company. Sometimes they do, but
I
they'll
think I
usually
said
go
it
pay,
best.
huh? Give me 20% of your company.
I think what I said best about 10 Cent was them motherfuckers the Shark Tank.
Yeah, that's what they is.
but that was my thing. Like usually when a company like 10 Cent acquires or they invest in companies, they usually hinder companies because they're only investing for profit. You get what I'm saying? They're not investing to help sustain or build on the company. You know what I'm saying? So
Livewire, you need to use your Xbox Live. I'm sorry, Live. You need to use your Xbox Live. You can get on your Xbox and get on StreamYard and shit. Log in onto Twitter and shit and get on StreamYard. I just thought about that. I don't know how the hell I didn't think of that. Good looking Vodka. How did I think of that? And me and Vodka the first one that broke the news on that. I'm sorry, John Doe. Go ahead.
no, but I was just saying, like when companies like 10 Cent or mutual firms, like when they invest in gaming companies or whatever, like a lot of the games that come out with those companies have a bunch of what it is can't even think right now, but tell me, chat, what it is, what they put on the games or whatever. Damn man, got a damn brain freeze right now.
Yeah, ain't seen losses started happening to us all. Shit.
Yeah, don't worry about it, bro.
Don't worry
There's
about
so much
it.
information that been coming out this week, and it's like you don't know what to.
So let's talk about this. How y'all feel about punk ass Sony come out and shit with their little response on my whole Xbox? Don't be
Honor their agreement.
no re niggas. I use don't be no re niggas on they no re niggas.
Talking about you know what we talking
and don't be no re niggas and hope they don't terminate their contracts with their games that they quote unquote got marketing rights for.
Sony would do it. Sony was trying to keep Microsoft from even getting DLC from the same game that Microsoft now owns outright. You get what I'm saying? Sony was just trying to stop Microsoft from getting time to. Man, I would shut them completely out of the game as soon as possible. Because Sony would do the same thing if they had the chance to. You see, they let oh, that's something else. What I just found out. Like Sony literally was charging people extra if they put games on Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Like say if it's a multiplayer, right? And they wanted to put the game on the PlayStation, and they want to put it on the Xbox. If they put it on the Game Pass, Sony made them pay them more money for doing that. What kind of crooked bullshit is that?
You know what I thought about now that you said that? How much you think Sony is going to try to charge their gamer?
What for their service? I don't believe in that service.
No. For Call of Duty.
$70.
They still able to do that?
Yeah, they're not. No, they're charging people $70, and then they charge you for an upgrading fee. So if say you had a PlayStation 4, they charge you $10 to upgrade if you get a PlayStation 5 for that version.
Yeah.
They
I'm
charge you for
talking
that
with Call
version.
of Duty. They can do that.
Yeah, they do that shit with all their games.
Yeah, they can do
I
it.
thought it was
They
just.
do that
I
shit.
thought it was just.
If-
I
if-
thought
if
it was
you
their
get a PlayStation-
exclusive.
say
They
you
was
got a
doing that with.
PlayStation 4 today. You got a PlayStation 4 today, and you bought the new Call of Duty, right? To upgrade, you have to pay an extra $10 if you got a PlayStation 5 to play the PlayStation 5 version.
Bro, I thought it was just their game they was doing that.
No, they do.
I didn't
They
know
do a
that-
bunch of games. Yeah, somebody got to pay that mark. They got to pay. Somebody got to pay for that marketing shit.
Like I say, but because PlayStation was so popular, they was able to do that, and they're able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what they're doing is the same practices that Nintendo did back in the day. Nintendo used to do the same creep shit that Sony doing right now.
But see, the difference with what Nintendo was doing, that's why Nintendo stick with the cartridge, because they know they can get majority of the money and shit. Because of the price of them cartridges and stuff. They knew that. They was overcharging people and stuff. That's why Nintendo was doing that shit with them goddamn chips, making them chips on that damn cartridge.
But Nintendo doing some fuck shit too right now. They ain't
Oh,
good
hell
too.
no.
They doing some
For
fuck
real?
shit right now because they charging people to stream games on the cloud that don't work. They're charging people games that's in the cloud. Now we got xCloud. People are buying a game digitally to stream in the cloud, and it don't work. It don't work. So they not go.
So this is what we doing now. So this is what our Japanese brothers and sisters are doing now. They fucking people over, but yet Microsoft is not for the gamer.
Don't say that, Flip. You gonna have a boy flip out again, and you gonna drink some bleach.
Oh, you know my old boy that was bugging out. Yo, I can't get over it, yo. You know, I'm thinking like, do y'all understand what this man just told y'all? Not only that Sony can charge y'all $70 for a third-party game, we know they can do it with there. Nintendo, Nintendo been doing some wild shit for years. But not only that, you telling me I don't.
Yeah.
So
it's real.
The next Call of Duty y'all get, which y'all are going to get, the next Call of Duty y'all going to get
in November.
Y'all going to be paying $70 for that game.
Yep. And watch that motherfucker go in Game Pass.
I don't think the deal gonna be done, boy. But if the deal done by then,
think about it. Microsoft is sweet. Oh, boy, trust me. Which Color was throwing games in Game Pass before the deal was done.
Oh yeah,
but that's in them was doing games. They was doing shit in that motherfucker. So
they
shit.
But that had the game. They had games in there way before that. Before we even knew what was going on, they were throwing the games in there. That you know what? That's when we should have knew.
Right after we found out, they started dumping the games in the Game Pass. Sure did.
They dumped the whole kit and caboodle in that month. But but that just don't fit with me. I got to go back to the $70. Like how? How? Where's this money going towards?
Paying for the movies.
I'm trying
you gotta pay Tom Holland. You gotta go pay that motherfucking Tom Holland.
What I don't understand, this one don't make sense to me. There's no packaging, there's no distribution on games. You get what I'm saying? And that's why people used to pay the extra money, you know what I'm saying, for packaging and distribution. So you'll pay extra, you know what I'm saying, $10, $15, maybe $20, you know, because you gotta send it out to all these different places. Right now, people buying games digital. Why the world am I still? Why am I paying $20 extra for these games now? You know what I'm saying? When they ain't putting in no extra leg work for the game. They just making the game, putting it online, and I'm downloading. Shoot, the game, to be honest with you, they should be right now $30 and $40. Period. Well, I give it 50. You know what I'm saying? If it's a AAA, $50. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nowhere in the world you should be paying $70 for no game that you downloaded. Now, if I go to the store and I want to buy me a hard copy, that's different.
That's what a lot of people thought was going to happen. A lot of people thought that was going to happen. A lot of people thought digital game should be. But you know what? Phil had set up a way where, though, you could trade in your digital game. We never got to see the outcome of it or hear the plan of it because people would say, boo, and they would get mad about it. So sad. We have no idea what the value of a digital game would have brought.
That wasn't Phil plan. That was Don Matrix plan.
It was who?
Don Matrix. That was a part of his whole.
That was Matrix bullshit. That was his shit.
Yeah. That was no. You're right. It was Matrix, but Phil brought that shit back up. He brought that up. When Phil took over, he brought that shit back up and asked, "How do y'all feel about digital games? Like straight up trading."
But they didn't like it because
they didn't see the.
They saw the money.
Got mad.
They saw the money amount that you was going to get back.
But he never got it. They still didn't work out exactly how it was going to come. I mean, it's more than just, well, you see the money. No, it's a whole lot more into that digital trading thing. But we wouldn't. Damn, I guess we'll never know now.
Yeah, but like Flip, a lot of people don't like digital because they say you really do not own nothing.
Yeah.
It's coming to the world, like Zoe said today. It's coming to a time.
They go lie, Why?
We all gonna be digital. Everything gonna be down there.
My bad.
You know, everything gonna be digital. You know, look at the Blockbuster start. He said the Blockbuster started that. The Hollywood Videos started it. You know, all the subscription based stuff. But at the end of the day, that's what people love. Some people don't care about. Like me, I don't give a damn about owning. I got about out of Xbox games. I think I probably got about 12 hard, and most of them Halos.
I can't tell you when the last time I have bought a physical game.
True.
Let me ask y'all this.
Oh, physical game? I don't know. The last one was on my PlayStation. That was the last ones I bought.
I want to ask y'all this. I'm going to ask y'all this. Here's something to think about. For the people that like physical, I want to know this. What are y'all planning on doing to these physical games as the years go on? Let this say, you up and die. What's going to happen to your physical game? Do you think your kids going to keep them goddamn games? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm just saying that there's people out there that like physical games, but what do you think is going to happen when you kick the bucket? I'm just saying. I'm not wishing that bad, but I'm just saying. What if you just happen to kick the bucket? Then what?
It depends, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I see, like, a lot of kids. Because gaming been going on for a long time now. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of kids pick up from where their parents left off it. And, you know what I'm saying? They do pass down, like, you know what I'm saying? Old games and stuff like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Consoles and stuff like that. Like, the retro scene is real big. You know what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't knock that. That's not the brand that you really want to, you know what I'm saying, hit right now. You might get stung up by some beads or something. That retro community is huge.
I understand what you're saying, yeah, the retro. But I'm saying, this is going the way of digital now.
Yeah, but that's still...
It's not going to be around forever.
Yeah, but what you're speaking about is the retro people. Because when the hard copies go away, they become retro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They become retro. You feel what I'm saying? You're saying when it being passed down to the kids or whatever, it's a bit retro scene. It's always gonna be a bit retro scene. You know what I'm saying? Because even though they got emulators out there, it's nothing like playing it on that original hardware. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like it.
Yes, that boost the nostalgia. Look, I don't have a. I'm all for moving into the future because I saw the writing on the wall back when my cousin, my uncles used to go and collect DVDs and CDs and shit, and they used to have wall to wall CDs like just fucking everywhere, and then and I remember my wife's uncle, he was the same way, just nothing but CDs and shit. All that shit got consolidated. When he got his man cave rebuilt, all that shit got packed up and put in the storage. And none of that shit's downstairs other than like a handful of movies. But that's just like, he keeps it as like kind of like a piece for the room. Nobody actually uses that shit because if they want to watch something, they just stream that shit. Nobody's like, yo, put that in the DVD player. He'd be like, I ain't got no damn DVD player. What the fuck you doing? But like, you ain't got no Blu-ray? No, nigga. What you mean? What I need that shit for?
I'm gonna give y'all a prime example of stuff working on old hardware. I went back and I watched the older movie. You know what I'm saying? The Last Dragon.
Yeah.
And I watched
Netflix too.
This is what I'm trying to get. This is what I'm gonna get across to you. You know what I'm saying? I went and watched it. You know what I'm saying? At a high definition, better frame rate. You know what I'm saying? And the movie was nothing like I remembered it. You get what I'm saying? The shit just looked terrible. You get what I'm saying? But now if I go back and I watch it the way it's meant to be watched, you know what I'm saying, at a slower frame rate, you know what I'm saying, on older hardware, it'll give me that nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Like everything isn't meant to be upgraded, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't upgrade the old form factor. You know what I'm saying? So some things are just meant to be played and utilized.
I hear some people say, "What if the interweb go out? You can't play none of your games."
Mm-hmm.
I hear that thing. Also, I remember when Xbox Live went down.
Nigga, I don't play games when the internet's not out. When it's out, I don't. I'm being honest. I don't. Even if it's a single player, I don't play that shit. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Once the achievements are cut off and all that shit, and I can't get no achievements with it, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I'll just find something else to do. You know, you play some games. You with the lady by herself, you can get the fuck on. But I ain't playing games. I'm just not. And be honest with you, I'm not. In that out. Oh, well, that's got.
I'm done. Stop mine like fuck it.
That's what it is. It's God be like, oh, power's out. All right, well, shit, better go get your fuck on. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
You know what? I listen here. I'm with that brother. It sounds funny, but listen here. When the power went out in the house a while ago, y'all didn't know, but the power went out and shit because it was in the summertime because somebody had I don't know, houses, wire, whatever the hell was going on fire outside. How many hours it went out? I got in the car and I drove off. Like, damn, you love fun, you love the missus, the kids, and all that in the crib. But number one, my oldest, she was outside playing with her friends and the baby. I was like, hey, you want to ride out with me, young buck? You know, like, hey. You know, hey. She got on her phone. My phone was already charged. Gave it to the little girl, the little one. I left. I put it on. I ain't staying in no goddamn house, and I can't get on the Xbox. Or no, I hate to say it, Ain't nothing that I can get on. No game, man. Fuck that. Let that in and out. Let that Verizon box. Let that Verizon box over there go out, and we can't get another one no time soon. Guess what happened? I'll be back. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
I do not
understand.
give a
That's
fuck
not for
about this
everybody.
motherfucker right here with a CD. Playing a CD game. I'm not gonna put that bitch in.
I'll put it like this with me. If the shit go out, there's other shit I can go do. Like you say, live I can go, you know what I'm saying? Go hit them cheeks. You know, hit that juice box. You know what I'm saying? You might do something that you didn't. Sometimes sometimes I be feeling sometimes is we kind of put too much into the game sometimes because sometimes it's something simple. Like I actually left a load of fucking clothes in my motherfucking washing machine for 3 days because of Halo. Didn't realize. I'm like, damn, where this shit at? In the wash. I said, I gotta rewatch this shit.
Shit was mildew and all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rewatch this shit. But like I said, sometimes you got, like I said, I remember when Xbox went down. It went down for some people. It didn't go all the way down for me. I fucked around, like you say, walked outside and took a walk. Like, damn, they made this new building. Damn, this is a new citizen home.
Hey, Bo, listen. Oh shit, damn, I got a dog. Let me go walk my dog. Yo, I'm dead. That happened. I like, oh shit. Let me go walk my dog. It was summertime. That's what I did too. I let me go walk the dog.
Dude, sometimes you look up for game, you look at your kids like, God damn, he done got big. What was that?
Like you can't say like if you want to play a single player
right
game,
there.
you don't have no access. But I'm gonna put it this way: the way these systems is up, it got to ping the internet now. The way these systems, they don't tell you that. Remember, Microsoft had it pings once every 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
These systems ping the interweb. We hooked. We fall asleep with our phones, tablets. Women, we need them in our lives. If one of them go down, you know what I'm saying? One of them go down, we ain't, it's like, shoot. Lucky for like a person like me, I can go sit there and like, oh, the internet go down. Think about it, we can get on Xbox Live on our phones.
Yeah.
We can still play the xCloud on our phone. It's ways to get around it.
If the internet go down, you can hotspot your phone to you.
Yeah.
It still play. If you was really that hard up to play, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
You just hotspot your phone. Use your phone data to play.
And for like I said, the people that collect and they like digital, it's nothing against digital. I mean, this physical. I just ain't a physical guy. I like convenience. I just like to throw the motherfucker on my hard drives that I have, multiple hard drives, and just go.
I got no problem.
I like the convenience. I don't. Yeah, people like you don't.
Being physical with a woman. That's the only physical I like. Being physical with a woman.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not. It's not a. How can I say? It's been times where, like you say, flip part when shit. What the fuck to do? No, for go to sleep. I ain't slept in a day and a half anyway. It's other things like it was brought up because we in tune. Our minds are in tune into video games or in tune into that what they call. They might as well you call it the metaverse now. Because
myself.
We stream everything.
Myself, I can play games with no internet because the games I like don't require, don't necessarily have to be on the internet. Like I play RPG. That's what I was saying the other day. You know what I'm saying? And the RPG don't necessarily have to be played on the internet. So like a Zelda or something like that. No, I need the internet to play that. And if I want to play like some Man or 2K or something like that, that's different.
Lawai, what you got in your pocket to talk about? I know you got something in your pocket. You always got something.
Uh, well, we gotta get on. We gotta talk about that Activision.
Go on and talk
Uh,
about it.
We talked about that. You was missing.
Speak on
You
it.
was hiding.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about it like 25 million times. We're gonna talk about it.
Fuck that. Fuck
well,
that.
I'm
Fuck
not
that
talking
shit.
about. Well, not the aspect of what Microsoft did and what we were doing. No, not that. But like kind of like people's ideas of what Microsoft should do. Like people have been responding to my tweets from earlier today, talking about
Okay.
Xbox should. Oh, I said two things. I said, the Activision deal is fine for me. Whether or not they keep Call of Duty exclusive or let it go on PlayStation. Because, like what I was saying, the flip yesterday, that shit don't benefit me. It don't help me none for it not being on PlayStation, to be honest. All I care about is going in the Game Pass. If it's going in the Game Pass, that benefits me. If it's not on PlayStation, that really affects me neither way. You know what I mean? So, but the big thing was, I was saying how, if PlayStation want to keep on doing these excessive time exclusives, I said, well, if Microsoft start buying up other studios in order to keep them from doing that shit, I said, I'm all for that. Even if they don't try to make those games exclusive and still I still allow them to be on PlayStation. They just got obviously pay for the game versus having it in Game Pass. But shit, that's fine with me too. People were upset, but like, you just want them to have a monopoly. I said, well, I don't say every studio. I just said these handful of studios. That's not no monopoly, But it'll keep Sony honest. You'd be like, well, why would you want them to make it exclusive? I ain't never say exclusive. I said to buy it up and then have it on Game Pass. I can still go to PlayStation for all I give a fuck. I don't give a shit. As long as PlayStation can't just be taking shit and just be like, oh, timed exclusive for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. On shit. I don't even know how to put. I guess I don't know. Maybe they don't make that much money. Like I'm trying to think. Like on a deal where if it makes dollars, it makes sense, right? And it has to be that whatever the company's making, Sony's paying them. It's got to be more than what they're getting from the sales of the game, or they believe they'll get from the sales of the game going to another platform. Because how else does it make sense that you have a deal and then you extend it further by paying whatever you think the difference is going to be? It ain't going to be less than what you think it's going to be. That shit don't make no sense for the dev. That'd be like, yo, I think I'm gonna make $200 million. Sony said they're gonna give me 50. All right, fuck it. I'm not going. We'll keep it on PlayStation. That would make no fucking sense. So they got to be paying like 2+ or whatever they think that number is, more than what they would get on Xbox. But I think in the long term, a lot of those companies, they hurt themselves doing that shit. Especially when it comes to like Square Enix. Like, you want people to freaking buy JRPGs on Xbox, and you complain that people don't buy JRPGs on the Xbox. Well, motherfucker, you don't give them a chance to get into it. It's like, that'd be like fucking complaining that people ain't into Dragon Ball Z on your service, but you only got fucking season 15 and you got season 7. You ain't got 1, 2, 3. You ain't got none of them shits. So you just be like, no. Well, they should just like season 15. That should just get up into it. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't know why this motherfucker's a gorilla. None of that shit. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's their logic, I guess. That's why fucking that Kingdom Hearts ain't so like it could have. They decided to put the fucking the HD collection out a year after the third game came out.
I think so.
That shit ain't make no sense. It would have made more sense to be like, oh, Kingdom Hearts is coming out. and then like 4 or 5 months ahead, they put out, you know, part 1 and 2. Would have made way more sense. But did they do that? No, 'cause I don't fucking know. I don't know. Sometimes motherfuckers think they so smart they stupid. But yeah,
I feel you on that one. Like I don't care. I mean, as a fan of Xbox, yeah, you know, I'm a cheer. But at the end of the day, I ain't getting shit out this motherfucker. I ain't got no stocks in neither one of them bastards. But is this cool? You know, it's just like I say, I treat the shit like a I treat it. People don't understand. I treat they quote the console. I treat the shit like I do sports. I'm a Laker fan. I'm a diehard. I'm a Dodger fan. I'm a diehard. When they go rolling, I'm gonna roll with them. They ain't shit. I'm gonna tell you, they ain't shit. But you know, I don't make no money off of them too. They take more money out my pocket too. But they can't. People just don't like change. That's what it is. They don't like change. The change is coming.
I got a question from Dragonheart. He said his question is basically okay. His question is, where's Sony getting all this money for these time exclusives? I have no idea.
I don't think they're paying a whole lot because they only time for about a year or two. They're not. It's not like a shitload of money that they have to give out. And a lot of these people are comfortable because they felt like Sony may have the bigger install base. But some of these companies, I'll be wanting to ask, like, do you see how many people really buy games other than Call of Duty or a Destiny or something? They don't buy no games. They wait till that shit go to the bargain bin. You look at their first party titles, but a lot of these companies are greedy too. The Square Enixes are greedy, but they've been in bed with Sony for years.
You're right. You know what? That just popped in my head when you just said that. You know what? That's why Sony don't have the money. Said it before. That's why Sony don't have none of the money to buy none of these big ass companies or whatever, or buy a nice company, or all the money that Sony have, and they spending their money out. I said this earlier the week with Raka and good brother Boss. It's funny that Sony been having a money problem for the longest, and people don't know that. Michael Jackson was getting paid from every artist on Sony recording studio because Sony owed Michael Jackson a shitload of money. So it's a lot of contributing factor why Sony money is going down. And I get what you, and that's a good question. Where the fuck is all that money? Where do you get money from to do that? And like Bo said, well, let's think about it. If they stop buying these bullshit ass companies, because they've been buying indie companies, developers, they've been buying these motherfucker around the corner developers, and they be buying all these other developers that does make good games and stuff like that. These companies from other companies and not just buying the whole publisher or whatever. I guess Sony wanted to stick like that. That's why they don't have no money to buy ZeniMax or what's the other goddamn company, Blizzard or Atari and shit, because they spend their money on bullshit. Only thing that popped in my head, like, yo, you spending your money on stupid.
But they don't have it. They wouldn't have that money. It wouldn't matter anyway. Microsoft spent close to 70 billion on that shit. Sony's only worth for like 140. You know, 140 billion. That's all they worth.
Well,
around there. You talking about they would have to spend half, but they're not going to spend half what their company's worth to get Activision. That doesn't make no sense. You can't do that. I mean, that would be a stupid ass
I don't
move.
understand. Microsoft.
But then it got to be what Lob saying. I mean, it got to be what Bobby saying. Then it got to be some type of handout. Then it got to be handout. Even it's to the point where though I'm thinking. Well, I think about it. Some of them companies that Sony might be buying, they not worth shit. Them small developers or whatever the developers are, they probably not worth nothing.
Well, yeah, because
I'll go with Sony.
Well, because all right, to be fair, business is also always about relationships. That's a big part of business. That's why you see people leaving this company, going to the next company, and getting a job there. You know, because of the relationships that person has. That's what pretty much everything. You know, so yeah, that's a part of it. You know, so Sony has those cultivated relationships, especially with older development studios. Microsoft is trying to do a lot of that stuff with these younger ones. They're a younger studio. Younger publisher. They're trying to, you know, have those relationships with the up and comers and cultivate the ones with, you know, Sony not Sony, but the other dev teams that they have and are inspiring to, have growing relationships with. So, you know, but it's all about, it is a handshake type thing. Hometown discount, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, it's part of that, but the money isn't, they don't see enough of the money being like during the 360 era, they had no choice. They had to port games, the Japanese games, to 360 because PlayStation wasn't hitting. Like they had no presence, little to no presence in the US, right? So because of that, if they wanted any kind of presence in the US, they had to go to 360. They could not put their games on 360. I mean, they could have left them in Japan, sure, but that's, you know, it's not a wise choice. So they probably looking at their money like, all right, we think we only gonna make, I don't know, sell 200,000 on Xbox, but we'll sell 3-4 on PlayStation. PlayStation came in and was like, all right, well, I'll give you a check for what you think that estimate is going to be on Xbox. Cool. And it's hard to be like, oh no, more of sell, because you know you don't put those type of games on there, so it's hard for people to be amped for, you know, like what's that game that, not Kingdom Hearts, but like Octopath, right? I think Octopath probably did okay on Xbox, but if we had other games similar to it, I'm pretty sure you would have more people interested in it, you know, than Octopath Traveler. The Octopath Traveler.
What the hell game is that about?
It's on Game Pass. It's that JRPG.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I think you're talking about? Oh, all right, I'm bugging. I think you're talking about Octodad. Shit, I say what?
I'm about to say, you talking about.
Oh, go ahead.
No, Octopath Traveler. No, because we knew it was popular on the Nintendo Switch, right? And I don't even know if it's on PlayStation yet. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
But like, if we got those games on Xbox more, those people that are interested in those games would likely buy them on Xbox more if their presence is there. But because it's not,
I bet.
And I mean, and that's not to say that that's what every game, because obviously Scarlet Nexus did fairly well. So that's a dope ass game, you know what I mean? But it fits more the, you know, Western style. I mean, it's talkative as a motherfucker, because that bitch, no motherfuckers be talking. We're like, God damn. But like, yo, I gotta sit down and have a 30-minute conversation and a 15-minute fight.
Man, crazy.
You gotta be my friend. You gotta go build a relationship with this.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was like, yo, man, I just got finished killing these monsters, and now this bitch she want to tease me. I'm thinking I'm about to get pussy. She was like, "Oh yeah, we can be friends, bitch." Really? Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
Scarlet Nexus.
Scarlet Nexus. It's a good game.
Man.
When you go, you battle, but it will sit there, and then some of them is voice acting, and then I could say about we can say about 30% of it is you got to read shit because it ain't always talking, and you got, and I'm like, man, I want to buy that motherfucking shit. Man, you got to buy this person. I'm like,
you gotta understand. I'm used to that shit though. You know what I'm saying? That's right up my alley.
Yeah, but that's the same thing for Yakuza, the newer Yakuza.
I doubt if y'all can see it because you know these laptop on monitor is bad. But Phil Spencer is playing Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah,
I just wanted to put that out.
Same thing I've been playing.
Listen, the next time I'll show y'all something that Phil was playing on my friend list. It ain't gonna be by Bethesda.
No, you stupid.
It's funny because it's true. Look, I'm pointing at him. It's gonna be by another company that they bought.
Yeah, he was playing Vanguard yesterday. Like somebody was showing.
Yeah, he been playing. Shout out to the homie Megatron. They was playing They were playing what's the Ascent. Yeah, they was playing the Ascent. Like I think he put on there. He played the Ascent yesterday. He put it on Twitter. He played. They finally beat the Ascent.
But at least he actually played games.
I ain't nowhere beating that shit either. I'll cut that.
Yeah, but at least he actually played the games though. You get what I'm saying? Like so he understands gaming. You get what I'm saying? Because he played. You know what I'm saying? At least he ain't one of them big wigs who give out all these orders. You know what I'm saying? And don't know. And the only thing they see is a dollar sign. Like they don't see like why gamers like certain things, why we act a certain way. But since he's an actual gamer, he can understand us better. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a real good thing.
Yeah, Jim Ryan don't play no video games, and we try to tell that Jim Ryan is a financial advisor. That's what he's doing. They brought Jim Ryan in there to cut the fat.
Yeah,
so that's what he came in there for. People don't understand that.
Yeah, Phil Smith should be walking around like Daddy Warbucks and shit, spending all this shit, and these ponies they mad. They big mad about this shit because they feel like, you know, like even when he do shit like, all right, we bought Activision, but we'll still let y'all get Call of Duty. You would think those bastards be grateful, but are they? Nah, they mad. They mad because this motherfucker went out and bought all the ice cream for everybody and gave them a cone, and they like, well, we could have bought our own ice cream. Well, you can't because I own the fucking store, bitch. Here, take a cone and shut the fuck up. Like, and they mad about that shit.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. No, that makes a lot of sense what Live just said. No, think about it. Imagine, John Doe, you went to the store, you having a family reunion, you came there, you put up all the stuff for your family member. There's other people. Now, mind you, you got a line around in the park and shit at the family reunion that you paid for. Bam, that's where you at for your family reunion, and you got other people outside there looking at like they mad as fuck because you paid for your family and bought all that goddamn water ice. That's what that shit is like. They mad. Like, how are you mad? Like, I don't have to give you shit. I'm allowing it to continue. I don't gotta give you shit. This is for me and my people.
Yeah, they so mad right now. They want to bring back a dead IP and Killzone. They want Killzone to come back.
I don't know why.
Oh man, cause they got no multiplayer. What multiplayer they got?
Whose fault is that?
Thank you. I always say that. Like, yo, get mad at us. Get mad. Okay, listen here. Just as much as they will say it's our fault for certain games that we have is not successful because we didn't play the game, blah, 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 so forth and so forth. Well, it's y'all fucking fault that y'all didn't play fucking Haze and shit. It's y'all fault y'all ain't played Killzone and all that shit. It's y'all fault that y'all didn't play so kind like that. It's your fault for that y'all didn't play on who was the resistant rod call a man or whatever. That's their fault.
Yeah, because
that fucked up. That's on you.
Because this is the thing. Even with Call of Duty still being on PlayStation, Sony's still going to get hit. You know, they're not going to get a massive hit all at once. Like it's not like they just not going to get nothing. But it's going to trickle down over time. It's going to be where the point is like, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot, maybe like half of the player base that are Call of Duty players on PlayStation are going to jump ship because one, you get the full library free in Game Pass at your fingertips, with perks and all that other shit, and you got to pay $70 on PlayStation. Like, why do that?
It's not even that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already lost players for the Bethesda thing. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you got that too, yeah, but yeah.
And the player that's gonna come over, hold on. And the player that come over for the Call of Duty, they're not just gonna come over for Call of Duty. You get what I'm saying? They coming over because of Call of Duty, but they're gonna come over and they're gonna play the other games. You know what I'm saying? The 2Ks and all the other, the Maddens and
Yeah, because one of the things that Microsoft can do what they kind of saw Sony do is notice that Sony, what they did was they stole Street Fighter, right? Yep. And then they basically controlled all the fighting games, like all the fighting games running over there on PlayStation. So Microsoft said, "I do you one better. We take all the shooters. So now all the shooters are on Xbox. It's a bigger genre, and shit. Once you got Call of Duty, what the fuck? You already got Battlefield. They already on your platform too. I mean, it's not like all PlayStation. Like what PlayStation you gonna do? Get a Battlefield deal? I mean, they could try, but think about it. Now all the shooters are mainline for Xbox. So even if PlayStation has Battlefield, people gonna look at them like, okay, I guess. Just think about it. They're gonna be advertising Halo. They're gonna be advertising Doom. They're gonna be advertising Call of Duty. Be advertising Overwatch when that shit comes out. They're gonna be advertising Wolfenstein when that shit comes out. They'll be advertising Perfect Dark when that comes out.
Most of the shooters out there anyway are cater to this type of civilization over civilization. I'm looking at goddamn all the fighters. I'm like, damn, shit. Mostly all the fighter games and shit. It's catered to them anyway. I'm not mad that they had got the exclusive right to them fighter game. I mean, is it a dick move Sony did? Yeah, but I'm not mad. Okay,
that's what Sony does.
I
didn't trip because I can go play the motherfucker on the PC. I didn't trip about the fighters. Like now, I'm glad King of Fighters it's coming to Xbox. It's coming to Xbox. They're seeing they're missing out money. Cause there's a lot of that's fighter. I love my fighters. You know what I'm saying? And they sit there and they're like, okay, we leaving money on the wood. Mm-hmm. We leaving this shit, so we need why we can't just and then you can see something like, well, they by then you only can play a deal for so much, and then the person gonna sit there and then they're gonna like, if you don't want this on Xbox, I need this and this and this and that.
Yeah, I mean, because
Ryan like, no, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, you gonna have to make up this difference. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. If I'm not putting my game on Xbox, you gotta guarantee me this amount of money because I'm gonna lose this amount, but it's not going over there. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. That's a bunch of damn money.
Yeah.
Because Sony ain't sitting too hot this generation, believe it or not.
Nah, I mean they're gonna have some gems here and there, but the only difference is this generation they're gonna have to really, really they're gonna have to fight. Like they ain't gonna get the type of wins they got last generation where Xbox could fumble because of maybe a studio that was supposed to deliver didn't deliver because they just couldn't get the task done. So there was the big hole there, and then all of a sudden they drop something like Rocket League, a game that's not even theirs, but it just caught fire at that time where there was nothing else out. So they had a lot of shit that went their way. It was like last gen to me was like watching the Golden State Warriors win their first championship, where all the point guards got hurt and they basically just breezed through the playoffs. Think about it, every single point guard. Fucking Dame Lillard got hurt. Kyrie Irving got hurt. Fucking Mike Conley got hurt. Who was the other one? It was somebody else they fought. Chris Paul. And Chris Paul
Chris
got
Paul,
hurt. Yeah. Every and those are all at that time, those were all the top tier point guards, and all of them got hurt. And they just breezed through the playoff. And that's how it felt like. It felt like everything that could go right for PlayStation went right for them,
You talking about last
didn't.
generation?
Yeah, last generation. They didn't have like a lot of the games. They had some big misses early with the order and all that shit. But to be honest, they were being propped up by the media and like the narrative that they had that 1080p and all that shit. Because it was almost like if you look at it, it was like Microsoft came in and they were swinging with all their games. Like their games was just better, straight up.
Man, Microsoft helped them.
But it was like the ref. They was getting knocked. They got knocked out, and the ref was doing a long ass 10 count, like 1, 2. I'm like, yo, what the? And that's basically what was going on. And then when Xbox did have a hit like a Titanfall, the media would like halfway, praise it, but like it was crazy. It was like people liked it, but then they wouldn't bloviate about it like the way they did with Rocket League. I mean, shit, look at the way that they talk about Halo now versus the way they talked about Halo and freaking the Halo 5.
Hold up. Titanfall, the second one that came out. Didn't they make a storyline for that one?
Yeah, it has a storyline,
yeah. Damn it. I guarantee they made that storyline for fucking Sony too. And they slowed it down.
Yeah, I mean it's that the problem was that probably the biggest problem with that game is it really didn't have it didn't get any marketing until like the last minute because I think they were trying. Yeah, because remember Microsoft had to deal with Battlefield. They already had it
right,
and Sony had to deal with Call of Duty because it came out between Call of Duty and Battlefield. And Microsoft, and I think they wanted to go with PlayStation. Remember, because they kept on trying to push the whole, we're on PlayStation now, PlayStation now, right? So they tried to push that whole narrative, but PlayStation decided, they wasn't going to go with that.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, because Microsoft went with it, took up the Titanfall deal at the last minute, and that shit just flew under the radar. Like nobody wanted to play because it wasn't the same. Like the Xbox fans didn't want to fuck with it because it wasn't like, even though the campaign was really good, the multiplayer wasn't bad, but it wasn't what it was.
It wasn't fast what it was. It was used to be fast. And
it used to be real.
Like they toned it down, and it felt like you was playing fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then you gotta understand at that time is they got bought too by EA.
Because it felt like the way that first game used to play is like you could the reason why you have the pilot mode is if for those that only wanted to do pilots. But in Titanfall, some people were better with the Titans than they were with the pilots, and some people were better with the pilots than they were with the Titans. That's what I'm saying. So it gave you a chance, like, all right, you kind of stink as a pilot, but you know what? You be killing it as a freaking Titan. And some people, it's the other way around. But with the new one, it was just like, well, you're a pilot basically, because that fucking Titan had no kind of like that should be dead dumb quick. Like you get it and it be gone. You be like, God damn! Like I just got in this motherfucker. I waited like
I know people didn't even get it. I know people didn't even jump in they Titan. They just tell they Titan to follow them.
yeah,
Okay,
because at some points
like
it wouldn't even, huh?
no, but
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying, listen to what you're saying about the second one. Think about the first one. That first game, all that tells me that first game was solely constructed and made to play online for Microsoft.
No,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
wasn't. They were independent at that time.
Yeah,
You
but
forgot
see,
No,
the
I
biggest
understand that. I understand. I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. That just shows you even more reason what I'm saying. That's proving what I'm saying. Like it was made for Microsoft, and I guess I'll say it got bored. They turned it down. Then they catered towards Sony. Cause ain't that the same game when old boy said blue is better than green? Wasn't that the same
Yeah,
the same game?
yeah. But see,
See?
my biggest issue was what is
Well,
like,
actually, they tried to go exclusive to Sony first. Sony didn't want Titanfall. They didn't want Titanfall, so
you talking about the first one?
Microsoft.
Yeah, Sony didn't want Titanfall.
yeah.
But it
Sony
wouldn't
didn't
have
want
worked
it.
anyway.
They went to Sony first.
Okay.
Sony didn't want it, so Microsoft ended up getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then when they seen that it was that people have that the fans of you know what I'm saying, Xbox was excited about it. That's when you had the opponents come out and be like, "No, man, it should be on both consoles."
Yeah,
Blah.
but a lot of people fucked up last gen. If you think about it, like Titanfall fucked up with the whole. Now, I'm not saying that they should have went exclusive to Xbox, but one, they shouldn't have changed the
I
design of their
think they should have
multiplayer.
stayed. I think
I'm
if
not.
it would have
What?
stayed exclusive to Xbox, because Titanfall 2, you know what I'm saying, didn't do well. You know what I'm saying?
No, it didn't. I mean, I think it would have did better. Sure, I think it would have did better. But I think one of the main reasons it had an issue was the multiplayer wasn't as good as the first one. If they had just all they had to do was really make some new maps and create and correct the issues of the first one. You know, the upgrades and the weapon attachments and all that shit. That's all they had to really do. They didn't have enough guns. That was their biggest issue. They didn't have enough guns and customizations. That's really all they had to fix. They did do it in the second one, but then they changed everything else too. They didn't have to do all that shit. Yeah, you could still gave us the grappling hook and all that other shit. That's fine. But the changing the designs of the maps to and the time of, you know, the time that you spend in your Titan, like, yo, the game's called Titanfall and you're never in your fucking Titan because that motherfucker stay dead. I remember in the first one you used to be able to see. Huh?
What was the sales of the second one? I'm assuming the sales of the second one.
That shit was low. I don't even know if it cracked 5 million. I don't even know if it hit that.
I don't understand how it didn't do that if it's on all platforms with the second one.
Because nobody bought that shit. Nobody bought that shit.
People on Xbox disappointed because they took it multiplayer and they're like, y'all ain't fucking with us.
Yeah. Right, I mean, cause shit, didn't something else just hit 5 million? Shit. Yo, Flip. Resident Evil just hit 5 million not too long ago. The new one, Resident Evil 8.
Right. No, that's not the only time. I mean, it's another game that they
and that's
said
on
that
all
Sony
platforms
had.
too.
It just hit, I think, 6 million or 8 million, something like that. The game that Sony had, it just hit it, and it came out almost 2 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't sit there and buy games day one.
Yeah,
a lot of people wait for that bargain bin deal.
Like that Titanfall would have been hitting, bro. If they had just, you know, just kept the combat, you know, set up the same, and they didn't have to change what they changed. You know, I don't know what they were thinking.
Hold on.
but
They were
Is you
thinking
saying
they were
6
thinking for the
million?
captain. Huh?
You saying
Who?
6 million?
$6 million for what?
Vodka. The Titanfall. Look like you're saying
First one or
$6,
the
but I'm
second one?
assuming
The
you're saying
first one
6
we got was
million.
like 10 or
No,
something.
no, you talking about the second one. You talking about he said they kept selling Titanfalls. I'm
For
trying to see
$6.
if
I
it
think he
was
said
that.
$6.
Get them down. Come on. You gotta put them dollar signs up, bro. I mean them dollar words up for
$6.
real.
It's $6.
Really?
Yeah, and then it's on
What?
Game Pass too.
Yeah, that shit was
Get the
yeah, they were selling Titanfall 2 was in the bargain bin.
Yeah,
damn.
It was in the bargain bin. Like I said, I like the story and everything
yeah,
with Titanfall, but when
Yeah,
it
because
comes
the
to the
story was good.
when it
yeah.
came to
Cause
the multiplayer, that shit. People don't understand. Titanfall 1 had a story. You just played through it doing the multiplayer.
yeah, that's all. I
And
mean,
I
it
want
basically was
that
like
one traditional story.
it was
Shut
it
the
was like
fuck up and play the
it was like Left
motherfucking
4
game.
Dead. It was like Left 4 Dead. It basically
Mm.
you just played it in multiplayer, but like it wasn't even just that. Like think about old dude Cliff was it Blazinski? Was it
Yeah, well, yeah.
Blalinski?
50 Big.
Whatever. Uh, his ass. Remember when his game that flopped on
With
PlayStation?
Lawbreakers.
Yeah. Now, if he had if he had done the smart choice and put it on Xbox, which is a multi-platform, platform, his game would have fared a lot better because especially then, Lawbreakers came out where PlayStation had a bunch of games that had came out at that time, so it basically got freaking ignored. Whereas Xbox didn't have a bunch of games coming out at that time. So people would have at least given it a shot, and it wasn't even expensive. I think it was like $20, and it didn't really go nowhere. But if he
Well,
had put it
think
on
about it.
Xbox, at least he would
It
have
can't
had
go up.
enough people to actually stick around long enough to maybe if they could have fixed it up a bit. But again, there's a lot of choices. Like people, like his reason was, it's a bigger player base. But a lot of people fucked up doing that shit because it's like you can't just look at PlayStation and be like, oh, they got more players. People are gonna play, my game over there. That shit is not how that works. Because those motherfuckers, they like specific type of games. Like not everybody's like yes, they'll go play some casual shit, but everything else, unless it's like this boombastic thing that they want, they not really feeling to try that shit. They ain't got no Game Pass or nothing.
Vodka said kept going on sale. Titanfall 2 kept going on sale like Panasonic batteries.
Yeah, that shit was on sale a lot, bro.
That's fucked up. I should have had
They
that
was
Panasonic
they
shit
was
in
giving
there.
that shit away. They used to give that shit away with other games. They was like, "Oh shit, you bought this game. You know what that means? You get Titanfall." I'm like, what? Nigga, I ain't asked for
Well,
no
Matter
Titanfall.
of
let me
fact,
ask y'all
matter of
this
fact,
then.
hang on, Livewire. You saying that? Remember that shit? That was one of the quickest games that ever go in the motherfucking EA Access.
Yeah, that shit went in there in like 3 months or something like that.
Yeah. That's one of
Let
the
me ask
quickest
y'all
games.
this. Well, EA, that's what you get. We already know that there's company who said for this reason alone, like they were Shark Tank, for this reason alone, I'm out. They're not going to make games exclusive for Sony. And I'm sitting here wondering how many games was it company that decide Vodka? I know you can check that out. How many games was it or company was it that decided that they wasn't going to make a game exclusive for Sony? We already know on Metal Gear is one of them. They said they stopped that shit. They had stopped that shit already. They're not doing that shit no more because they didn't get paid. A lot of companies was getting fucked over because they thought Sony last generation, they thought Sony, oh, it got 160 something million or 200 something million console out there. Like that means something. We keep telling y'all that shipped. Those are consoles that has been shipped. Where's the game? I don't understand how that console has so many hardware out there, but yet they think it means something. I don't know how they won when about what 90% of the fucking games that they had software wasn't selling.
Well,
a
that's
lot of companies
because
saying fuck them.
that's because
Go ahead.
it's similar to like the 360 in the Wii. Like a lot of people got certain games. I mean, consoles when they first came out, and they play them, and then they shelf them. Like they be like, "Oh, I'm a." Some people say they're gonna play, and they just never do. Some people do, but they do it every once in a blue moon. You see, like when something becomes popular, that's what happens. Like it's not a phone, so you're not guaranteed to use it every day. But like when the console, I had a friend during the 360 generation. He bought everything. He bought the freaking. He had the 360. He had the PS3, and he had the Wii U. I mean the Wii. And
Come on,
he
Liza. Don't
basically
talk
he
about me
only
while I'm on
played
the podcast. I'm right here, my nigga.
he only played he stupid.
I was
And
one of them same niggas.
he only played Xbox, really. But with that being said, he wasn't even playing that much. So but he had everything. I only had 360, but I played all the fucking time. Because you know what I mean? Like it had enough games for me. But like some people, when they casuals, they just see one game, oh, that shit looks cool, I'm gonna get that. And they got the money, they'll fucking buy it, but they don't necessarily play it. I mean, there's a lot of people like that. They just bored one day, go to the store, oh, they got fucking PlayStation or they got a Nintendo. Shit, why not? Especially if it's affordable. They just say, oh, why not? That's why you see a lot of motherfuckers buying the freaking the S right now. You're gonna have a lot of people buying the S because it's there and it's affordable. Oh shit, you got this? Oh shit, why not? And if they buying it for anything other than COD or freaking 2K or Madden, you never know how much they're gonna play. They might play a lot, they might play a little. I don't know. I mean, it's different with Game Pass being a thing, but for most people,
with the 360 era, there was people playing them damn games. They was playing.
Oh yeah, there were a ton of people playing them, but there was also a contingency that only they got it because Netflix was on it, and then there was no Roku's back then. Like you really only could get it on a DVD, get Netflix on a DVD player. Shit, I don't even know if they had them built into TVs at that point.
No.
But it was definitely on Xbox. No. You know what I mean? So you had to either get on DVD player or Xbox, and that's what I knew mad girls that had Xbox 360s that they didn't play no kind of games. They just had it because of Netflix.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And just like the same way a lot of people I knew bought the PlayStation 2 just for the DVD player and the PS3 for the Blu-ray player. I knew mad motherfuckers the Blu-ray. Because that shit was cheap.
For porn, dog. They bought it for porn. They bought the PlayStation
I'm sure
2 for porn.
They did it for porn
That's
too.
What that shit was for.
Yeah, they did it for porn too. But I'm just saying.
And the PlayStation 3. That web browser was a porn browser. I said, God damn, I thought they teamed up with Pornhub and shit. I think that's how Pornhub got successful. And then they had that PlayStation 3 camera. I ain't gonna hold you. That fucking camera was the shit. Cause I swear you can record a chick or whatever. I ain't do that. I ain't suck your ball from the back. Oh yeah? Put that PlayStation 3 on. You cut that shit on, yeah, who that?
Yeah, you stupid.
You can record, no, because you can record. You can record all that type of shit with that PlayStation 3 camera. I said, hold on, this shit is a little too goddamn freaky. Then I realized that motherfucker was watching Pornhub and shit. And watching BBSBBW. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, shit. They just like they Pornhub, man. You gotta give them something, bro.
Well, guess what? Last generation they had Pornhub. We ain't complain about that.
Yeah, you gotta give them something. They're sexually frustrated. Ain't nobody say you gotta touch their controllers.
I ain't touching. Listen, I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. If there's something wrong with touching another man's controller after he done blow in it, I ain't touching that shit. You blowing in another man's controller. I'm gonna go ahead and blow in there. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that. You bugging.
You be like, yo, son, why your controller smell like stink ass breath, yo?
Nah, that shit smell like something else on that motherfucker too. Shit.
But
He
shit,
like,
man,
you
we
already
hit
know
that
what
hour 30 and shit. Hit that hour 30. I know it's Saturday night for everybody. We ain't gonna keep y'all up too damn late. Appreciate everybody who's coming by. I got a hell of a motherfucking sinus attack. So shit, I don't know what's going on. Flipped and passed the shit on all the way from the East Coast.
Yep, that shit be. Hey man, imagine having that while you sick.
Yeah,
A few
so
days,
I
I'll
don't
say, yo, this shit is not right.
know. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can find us back here next week. Same time. You know, we still, you know, I know it's a new year, so we changed the new name. This is Xbox Day One Podcast. You know what I'm saying? You can go tell everybody. You can
Good
go
luck,
leave your
good
shit in the
looking Live
comment
Wire.
section.
Yeah.
That's a good name. That was a good name
Yeah.
right there. Ain't gonna hold you. Live Wire pulled that one out of a hat. Talking about watch me pull a rabbit out the hat. But he ain't tell us when he pulled that rabbit out that hat. Motherfucker Phil Spencer, he wasn't supposed to tell nobody. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick as we going on. Me and Phil had a bet. Phil lost the bet, and now we got fucking on Battlefield and all that shit. Now we got Activision and Blizzard. Phil lost the bet, and that's how that shit happened. Fuck y'all.
Oh man.
You stupid.
But man, we see y'all next week, man. God bless y'all. Good night. And go play some fucking video games. Get off the motherfucking interweb.
They can't,
Yeah.
because all they game is one and done.